The first time my dad died, I was just a kid, a teenager actually. It was different this time. I'm older now, wiser too, I suppose. I think my brother said it best though. I thought it'd be easier the second time around, but maybe it was just twice as hard instead. The first time can nearly be counted in decades now. The second is still counted in weeks, barely even months. Both are sometimes still hard to believe. The first, some days, seems like another life, like it happened to someone else. And in a way, I suppose it did. Most of us, thankfully, aren't who we were as teenagers. When it happened again, it was hard to believe that such a thing could happen twice. I once again found myself in a daze, still almost certain that I could pick up the phone and call him, but I can't. As a kid who lost his dad, I was surrounded by adults sharing memories of him, family members, some now gone too, laughed and cried and held one another close. Now, grown with a family of my own, I'm the only person in my house that ever met him. When I talk about him, my wife nods and smiles and listens, but they're my memories, not ours. Of course, my son never met him, although he bears his name. And sometimes he reminds me of him, his light hair, round cheeks, unbounded laughter, love for animals and nature. He did get to know my second father though, my stepdad. He was 6 months old when we got the diagnosis. Same thing, different name, the king of maladies. Starts with a C, really sucks. You know, I know you know, we all know. We visited more hospitals than any infant should have to. We stood at the glass of a clean room as his grandfather drug an IV pump to the window where they could visit, until my dad grew too tired, physically and emotionally. But graciously, a little more time was granted. He came home and my son got to rub his granddaddy's bald head. Eventually, there were more good days than bad. His strength returned. They went fishing and camping and for rides in the Jeep. And we have photos and memories to prove it. And you already know how it ends. It didn't last. But it was more than we expected, though less than we hoped. A lot less. I'm still coming to terms with the fact that my son will likely not remember either of my dads. He was 2 when the day did come, and he has slowly stopped asking about granddaddy. But I know I'm one of the lucky few. I have yet to tell you how incredible my fathers were. My dad, he was a mountain of a man, and he loved and lived with as much force and zeal as anyone I've known. He and my mom raised me and my brother with values they learned as young, poor dirt farmers. He taught me about reaping and sowing and tending a crop, be it cotton, corn, or young boys. And my stepdad, was there anything he couldn't do? If so, I don't know it. A Marine, a pilot, an athlete, he built things with his own hands as well as any craftsman could. He built a home as solidly as the family he created. From shattered remnants and broken pieces, he made one family from 2, choosing to father 2 sons after raising 2 daughters of his own. And that's what I'll tell my son. That and so much more. Tales of travel and adventure, beaches and mountains, of picnics on tailgates and quiet evenings on the porch. But more than that, I'll tell of how they both loved my mom, though it's not hard to see why. So I guess I'll have to remember them both for him. I'll bore him with stories he'll never quite recall. I'll pass down lessons and a few legends, and I'll love his mom. Thanks for watching and listening to this personal essay on life, loss, love, and fatherhood. Of course, I'll continue to create running and outdoor adventure content, but I wanted to not shy away from the hard things. I wanted to share some of what's going on behind the camera. I've always used writing as a means of expression and coping and healing. And I appreciate this new medium as an avenue to share those expressions. And I thank you for allowing me to vent what's on my mind. If there's anyone that's out there who's going through something similar, know that you're not alone. that you can get through this, and that it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.